Hi guys, thank you for joining me again today. We want to deal with conjunctions today, voegwoorde. I know that a lot of people are struggling with voegwoorde, so we're just going to jump into it. Let's get started, okay? With conjunctions, we have groups. We have three different groups that we normally are tested in, right? So our first group there, our first group is group 1, right? Group 1, then we have group 2, and then group 3. Right, group 1, group 2, group 3. Right, what's the deal with these three groups? Right, in our group 1, right, our group 1 has a set of conjunctions that we use, but when we join two sentences with group 1 conjunctions, our sentences, the structure of our sentences remain the same, right? So if we have sentence 1, right, full stop, and then we have sentence 2, right, full stop. Then we are tested with our conjunction, right, in brackets at the end there. Then they are going to tell us to join these two sentences, sentence 1 and sentence 2, with our conjunction, right? So let's see what happens with joining our sentences with group 1, group 2, and group 3 conjunctions, right? This is sentence 1, sentence 2, we have a full stop there to clearly split our sentences, right? Right, so on this first sentence, we have a capital letter. On our second sentence, we have another capital letter, right? But we all know that when we join two sentences, then on the second sentence, the capital letter obviously goes away. It becomes a lowercase and the full stop disappears, and we have to bring these two sentences by adding our conjunction there, right? So that conjunction tested at the end there, we have to what? Join the two sentences in the middle, or otherwise specified. We must just always read our instruction very well so that we can understand where that conjunction should go, okay? Sometimes they specify that use this conjunction there. Okay, but we'll get into that one. Let's go with group 1 conjunctions, right? In group 1 conjunctions, we have a few there. As the grades go up, you also get more, right? Not too many more in group 1, you'll get just a few. Right, so here we have a set of group 1 conjunctions. How are we going to use that? If I'm going to say, ek gaan, let me just put you in range here. Right, there we go. Ek gaan winkel toe. Right? Ek gaan brood koop. Right, there we have two sentences. Let me just zoom up just a little bit, right? My first sentence there is ek gaan winkel toe, and then my second sentence is ek gaan brood koop. Right, the first thing here, I have a capital letter, I have a full stop, and I have another capital letter because there's two sentences, and then I'm going to be tested with joining these two with a word in between brackets there. It's going to say maybe N, right? So we're going to be using N for this one. It is a group 1 conjunction. Maybe you can't see it there. N, right? Let me do it that way. Right, it's a group 2 conjunction and a group 1 conjunction. So let's join these two sentences and see what's going to happen. Right. My sentence was ek gaan winkel toe, and then I'm going to add my conjunction in, and ek gaan brood koop. Right. Going to the shop and I'm going to buy bread, right? So I've joined my two sentences And I've made my changes. What changes did I make, right? There I've started my sentence with a capital letter. Then I removed the full stop. I removed that one, so it's totally out. I added my conjunction, the one they were testing me with in between brackets. And then the second sentence, I made the EA lowercase, right? So the capital falls away, and then lowercase, because these two sentences are now joined by en, right? Dan, ek gaan winkel toe en ek gaan brood koop, right? Full stop at the end. Your sentence is joined with a group 1 conjunction, right? So let's look at group 2 conjunctions. Let's look at group 2 conjunctions. Right. With group 2, we have a lot more here. We have dus, daarom, dan, toe, and daarna. Right. There are many more that will be added as you progress. In grade 12 you have more, but the rule stays the same. In group 1, no change. Right? No change in your sentence structure. Geen verandering. Geen verandering. Right? Geen verandering. Geen verandering in groep 1. No changes to your sentence structure. You are just adding the conjunction, changing the capitals, right? Removing the full stop. In group 2, there is another problem. Now here it says werkwoord direct na die voegwoord. Now here they want to deal with the werkwoord. Right, so with conjunctions, we're dealing with the verb, the werkwoord. Right, so let's see what they do with this verb that makes it so special. It says it comes directly after, right? Directly after your conjunction. Your conjunction. Right, directly after your conjunction. So which means if I have my sentence 1, full stop, capital, sentence 2, full stop. Then in between brackets there I'll be tested by a group 2 conjunction. I'm going to be using this, right? There is our test. They are saying that we should join these two sentences in sentence 1 and sentence 2 using our group 2 conjunction. And the rule is that in group 2 it says the verb, right? There is our conjunction. In these two sentences they are verbs, right? But they say there, when we are joining these two sentences, we must also remember that in the normal test, our changes normally happen in the second sentence. They do not happen in the first sentence, right? So you'll find your first sentence remaining as it is, and then when we add our conjunction here, the changes normally take place in our second sentence, okay? So our second sentence now has been affected because it says in the rule that the verb must go directly after you've added the conjunction. Right, let's do a sentence and see what they've done there. Right, it says directly after. There is, our sentence there is ek is honger, full stop. Ek wil dadelijk eet. Ja. Ek is honger, ek wil dadelijk eet. Right. There is my sentence 1. There is my first sentence. There is my full stop. There is my capital. Then this was also supposed to be a capital. Right? Capital. And then a full stop there at the end. So this is my sentence 1. This is my sentence 2. Now they're here. They are testing us with this. With this one. This. Right. So now I'm going to rewrite the sentence. And I'm going to add my conjunction. When I rewrite my sentence now, sentence 1, ek is honger. Right? There is my first sentence, untouched. Then I have to add my conjunction, which is this, this. Right? I'm adding my conjunction, this. And then the rule says directly after the conjunction, so which means I've added my conjunction here now, and the next word has to be my verb. Okay? So in my sentence there, I have it, and then I have a helping verb, will, right? So this is my verb 1, that is my verb 2. Now we will normally use the verb 1, alright? So the verb 1 will then add after this, right? After my conjunction in group 2. Ek is honger, dis verb. And then our subject, ek dadelijk eet. Alright? Longer sentence, verb 2 at the end, there's verb 1 directly after my conjunction. Right, can you see? Then there's no capital. This is my sentence 2. Changes has taken place. My verb here has moved where there is will after ek, and then it is now switched position with ek, because we used a conjunction in group 2 that states that the verb has to come directly after we've added our conjunction in group 2, right? So then our verb 1 will directly move after our conjunction. Ek is honger, dis wil ek dadelijk eet. Alright, so that's group 2 conjunctions. Let's move to group 3 conjunctions. Remember, the rule stays the same. The sentences will change, but the rule does stay the same. All you have to do is recognize your verb, okay? So forever when you are tested with voegwoorde, with conjunctions, always look for your verb in the sentence. I know with Afrikaans is a bit difficult, but you will find it as you must just practice your reading, practice your understanding. Things will go well, like that. Can you see that one? Nope. Like that. Dat, omdat, sodat, right? Sodat, terwijl. This one has a huge set. And as you get to grade 12, the set even grows more. And then all you have to do is look at those ones, practice those ones, because the rule ultimately stays the same. What is the rule here? It says the verb moves to the end of the sentence. Werkwoord skuif na die einde. Right? To the end. Right? Werkwoord skuif na die einde van die sin. Right? It moves to the end of the sentence. Okay? So please remember that when we're dealing with group 3 conjunction, verb goes to the end. When we're dealing with group 2, verb moves directly after the conjunction was added. Then group 1, no changes in your sentences. You just join the two, put your verb, your conjunction in the middle, right? So we're dealing with group 3 conjunctions. Remember that whenever you see a group 3 conjunctions, please check your books. Check which ones fall in group 3, and then you have to use this rule, right, where the verb goes to the end of the sentence. Here we have to look for our verb, here we have to look for our verb again, okay? Always look for your verb. Right, let's say the sentence there in our book is ek wil dadelijk eet. Right? First sentence, ek is honger. I am hungry, right? I want chicken licken, right? Ek is honger. That is our sentence 2. Sentence 1, sentence 2. Now, the first thing that we have to do is what? Find our verb. Now, in our first sentence, nothing will change unless specified. So we scratch that one out. We're no more interested in that sentence. We have to look at sentence 2. Right, so we have to find out which one is our verb, right? Ek can't be a verb because ek is not a doing word. Then honger is not a doing word as well. It's hungry. So it's only telling us about ek, that this person wants McDonald's now. Right? Us here is, however, a verb, and we always have to look at us as a verb. It's a helping verb, but always have to look at it as a verb. It is in our sentence, so that is our verb, right? So now the rule says our verb has to what? Move to the end of the sentence. So we put our sentence down. Ek wil dadelijk eet. That is our first sentence. We put that one down because we know we have no changes in the sentence. It stays the same, right? In our second sentence, we put us right at the back because that is what the rule says. Then we put our conjunction in. This one, on that, right? We've used on that for this sentence, right? Ek wil dadelijk eet. I've added my group 3 conjunction there, on that. Then it says I have to move my verb right to the end of the sentence. So obviously I've just taken my verb completely out and just move it to the end of the sentence. I'll sort out the rest as it comes, right? What is in there? Ek and honger, right? On that ek, honger, us, right? So it just falls in like automatically there. Sometimes you'll find more difficult sentences. This is an easy sentence, but if you do what the rule says, you've added a group 3 conjunction, then you've moved your verb to the end of the sentence. Please find it in sentence 2, right? In sentence 2. If it's not specified that you should start your sentence with this one, it remains the same like this. You always add your conjunction. Sentence 1, no changes. No changes. Right? Sentence 2, the verb has to move to the end. Changes take place. Please remember, changes takes place in the second sentence, not the first sentence. That sentence remains the same. That sentence changes. Right? There is us at the end of the sentence. There is my conjunction. It belongs in group 3. In group 3 there are more conjunctions. So when you look at what the one that you are adding there, then the rule says verb to the end, and then changes takes place in your second sentence. All right, please do not forget that. Right, I'm going to make another video where we are going to be dealing with when we start our sentence with a group 3 conjunction. Right, when we start our sentence using a group 3 conjunction. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe. Please tell a friend. Please comment on my page and tell me what other topic you want to be dealing with. Please also comment to say if I've helped you and if I've saved your life. Okay? Thank you very much. See you next time.